world, in fact, like you mentioned, particularly the developing countries in Asia, Africa and Latin America are suffering heavily due to the disruption in supply chains. There have been shortages, there have been high price of energy, of food, of fertilizers. And it's also obviously frustrating for Europeans, who are indirectly suffering because of the Russia's conflict with Ukraine, adding to the energy crisis in Europe.
Well, that's true. This time, we have to discuss in a very different manner, because earlier developed countries used to throw away all the blame at the developing countries, but this time everything is being caused, largely rather being caused by instability, whether it is geopolitical relations, whether it is the economic functioning, whether it is the economic behavior and economic handling. Everything, policy matter, production structure, geopolitics, and everything, supply chain disruption. One more thing, Samriddhi, I would like to add here, and that is the also a major factor. Generally, we ignore it. Developed countries who could have vaccine given to developing countries, they did not provide at very quick rate. Rather, they wanted to have the maximum found out that. That's why many developing countries could not come out of the corona crisis too quickly as India could manage itself, and India helped many other countries. Developed countries did not come forward. This is another source of instability in developed countries, because if developed countries are thriving their economies, it is largely based upon their inequitous trade with the developing countries, and if they are weak, definitely developed countries are now finding it difficult to handle their economies just due to one mini world war around, you can say, Russia and Ukraine. So that's why the tension is mounting among the people, residents of Europe, and this is going to be a psychological depression other than the economic recession in the Europe particularly.